Hi folks, Jo Clews here. So the question I get asked quite often is, Jo, how do you make the crackling on your roast pork nice and crunchy? You might have a way that you do it right now that works for you, but I've actually been doing it this way now for a very long time and it always works for me. So if nothing else, give it a go and it just might work for you too. So I've got myself a beautiful little piece of boned out pork here with a nice little piece of crackling on top, or a bit of skin. So I've just taken that out and I'm now just going to blot it nice and dry with some paper towel. Now I always put just a tiny little bit of water in the bottom of my baking dish. Now as you can see, I have actually got my little piece of pork into a baking dish. I could just put that straight into a small cast iron camp oven and cook it exactly like that inside the cast iron camp oven, but I'm actually going to use my big hillbilly today. And so instead of dirtying all of the inside of my hillbilly, I've just put it inside of a nice little enamel baking dish. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of water, not much, just about a half a cupful, just around the base, so that actually keeps it nice and moist. Then I'm going to pop a little bit of oil on. Okay, so now we just massage the oil over the top of the skin, and then from there we need to put on quite a bit of salt. Just when you can see that there's a nice thick sort of coating of salt over the top of the crackling, that's it, it's ready to go. So I'm now just going to pop that into the hillbilly that's been getting nice and warm near the fire there, and that should take around about an hour and a half because it was about 1.5 kilos big. Okay, it's been about just over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm going to check my pork roast, and it is looking absolutely amazing. So my pork crackle has decided to get going a little bit early this time. So now I've got a little bit that just needs to be finished off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape all of these coals on the top of the lid into the middle, and then that way I've got all that nice hot fresh air heading straight down on top of the crackling to make it just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to pop that back on again and give it about another 15 minutes, I think. So this is exactly what I want to see. Beautiful little roast pork in there, and it's got that lovely crackling on top. That's the sound we want to hear. It's also got a little bit of juice left in the bottom, so that can be turned into some beautiful gravy. So we'll just cut all of the elastic off. Put it out onto our board, and then we can cut it up. Oh, yum. Applesauce and some vegetables cooked up in the camp oven. So, cook's perks. This is the thing that everybody loves, and the little sound that everybody wants to hear. Perfect.